Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you, and let's get right on into it. Oh, the Vols, top 10, and this is huge for recruiting, this victory over Florida. There were so many big-time recruits there, ones that have already committed, ones that are leaning towards committing to us, and ones that are taking a first look. So this was a big, big weekend for the Vols. And I told you, folks, what it was going to be like if we were 4-0. This is how we're going to feel.
Well, you just never know when another beast might come down out of the forest. You understand, don't you, Thumb Lou?
Yep, exactly that way. 4-0, baby. Took Florida out, took Pittsburgh out, two big revenge games, the number 1 and number 2 biggest games of the year, and we won both. Now we've got to handle LSU. It's going to be tough down there, but there's an announcement on the time, so we'll discuss that as well. And here's your rankings. Tennessee sitting at number 8, which is a nice move. I think we jumped 3 spots. Yep, moved up 3 spots to number 8. Best ranking since 2006, and first top 10 appearance since a few weeks at 9th in the first half of 2016. That was back when Dobbs was a quarterback, and that was the last time the Volunteers started 4-0. They also knocked Florida out of the rankings by snapping a 5-game losing streak. That's a shame. I hate that for Florida. And here's an interesting little topic. Here's your SEC. They've got 7 in the top 25. 1, 2, 7, 8, 14, 17, and 20. The ACC's got 5, 10, and they got Clemson at 5. Clemson barely survived against Wake Forest. If they were in the SEC, they'd win 6, 7 games. And then the rest of the wannabes. So the other big part of this is there were so many recruits at this game that it was crazy. I think there was over 20, and there was 5 stars, 4 stars. There were so many commits that were already here. It was a great weekend, and they got to see the checkerboard, the whole 9 yards. It was amazing. And I can tell you, had we lost that game, some other teams would have come sniffing around these commits and these recruits that were at the game, because we've already got a top 10 recruiting class, and we didn't need anybody sneaking around looking at our commits. And that's exactly what they look like, too, when they do that. And here it goes through all the 5 stars and the other top targets that were at the Florida game. One of the biggest ones, and we've talked a lot about Devin Hobbs. He's a 4-star who actually just got a 5th star on another recruiting service. And he's going to try to pick between Tennessee, Alabama, and Georgia. Of course, he was here for the Florida game, and he's coming back, I believe, for the Alabama game. And he was glowing about the visit and said it was fantastic. And I think he could not have been more pleased. I mean, he was in shock over how the crowd was. And he said he got a lot of love, that's for sure. Also, offensive lineman Veson Lang, who is 6'4", 328 pounds. And he is a top target in the 23 class. We need another good lineman, and he would be a very nice pickup. We had some unofficial visitors. Got a 4-star linebacker out of Tennessee, out of Smyrna, Tennessee. That'd be a nice one to pick up. He's picked up offers from, obviously, us, Alabama, Auburn, Florida. So, I mean, the big dogs, including Southern Cal. Said he's currently committed to Memphis, but his stock has skyrocketed recently with his impressive senior film, and now he's taking a look around because he's getting a lot of offers. Then we got Nico. Of course, he was there. He was soaking it in and trying to get some more of those recruits to come with him. Caleb Herring, who was a great player that is a commit to us, strong 4-star out of Tennessee. Ethan Davis out of Georgia, as I recall, and big, strong 4-star. We could really use a great tight end, and he's going to be one. Cam Seldon is basically a 5-star. He's already committed. Jordan Matthews, a very high commit for us. And we need cornerbacks, and he's a great one. Another 4-star cornerback, Ricky Gibson. I've covered him a bunch. He's super fast. One of our commits, a 4-star offensive lineman. Another 4-star offensive lineman. Could be a defensive lineman as well. Then Nathan Leacock, I've covered him a bunch. Super fast, tall, great hands. Then we had a 5-star for 2024. It'd be nice to pick him up. And he's got everybody after him. Another 5-star, KJ Bolden. Ryan Wingo, another 5-star wide receiver. I'm telling you, it was a who's who of recruits that came to that game. And did they see an entertaining game? They just had to be in shock. And I saw some of the interviews with them, and they really couldn't say enough good things about the crowd. And they really liked the coaches, and just the whole atmosphere was incredible. And, man, would it be nice to pick up this guy, running back, 5-star, out of Florida, visited Tennessee for the first time in June, got an offer, and now he's back. He's the number 8 overall prospect and the number 1 running back in the 2024 class. Man, we could use him. And here we got a 5-star who's already committed. That's Jonathan Eccles. He'll be a tight end. Here's another 5-star who would be a 2025 edge player. That would be a great guy to pick up. 5-star athlete Cameron Sparks. Big-time 4-star 2024. Top 50 prospect nationally. Probably end up being a 5-star. Another 4-star linebacker. We could use some more linebackers. And here's a safety, a 4-star, Ricardo Jones. Another 4-star offensive lineman, etc. I mean, just on and on. And fortunately, we do have Coach Napier. He agreed to come, which is pretty cool of him. Usually after a loss, a lot of coaches won't come on. But we were lucky enough to get the Pittsburgh coach, and now we've got the Florida coach who wanted to say a few things. And I was going to ask him a couple of questions, and he was nice enough to come back on the channel. All right, have we got him linked up? We do? Okay. Hey, Coach Napier, appreciate you coming on the show after such a tough ball game. Y'all hung in there. You almost came back, and your Anthony Richardson, you got him squared away. You let him play the way he loves to play, and he gave us a heck of a game. Almost came back on us, too. I didn't appreciate that. And, well, hello there, Sports Talk Jay. I tell you what, I told you we were going to come up there and give you a heck of a game, and I'd get Anthony Richardson straightened out. He's got all the talent in the world, and that's exactly what we did. Look, it was a great game. I tell you what, Hendon Hooker, God, I'm going to be seeing that guy in my nightmares. I never seen anybody play that well except, well, Anthony almost did. So it was a great game. I'm sorry that we lost. We should have won, but it happens. It happens. It happens. So, it's my first year. We're working on getting things better down there. We've got some good recruits coming in, and I was pleased with our performance. I just wish we'd have won the game. Now, Coach, I got to ask you about going for 2 in that last couple of minutes there when you were down 17 points. What was your thinking there? Everybody's calling you a riverboat gambler. What's going on with your thought process there? Riverboat gambler? Where'd you come up with that? That's the craziest thing I ever heard of. That's a dinner cruise. Don't worry about that. That's neither here nor there. No, I just felt like going for 2 would catch us up quicker. And, hey, I got a calculator in the back of my pocket, and that's just how I roll. Look, I'm an aggressive coach. I'll always be an aggressive coach. It's the way it is. Not unlike Spurrier. So deal with it. Well, all right, Coach Napier, I appreciate you coming on the show. Maybe we'll call you in from time to time, if you don't mind, kind of check on you, see how your games go. But I appreciate you being on the channel. And we'll catch you next time on that, Coach. All right, well, it's good to hear from Napier. Sounds like he's not holding a grudge. I was a little bit hard on him this week, gave him a lot of grief. But, hey, it's Florida. I'm not going to take it easy on them. They've been whooping up on us long enough. It was time for us to put a whooping on them, and that's exactly what we did. And our guy, Hendon Hooker, hey, I gave you his grade yesterday, A+++++. And now he's looking good for the Heisman. I think he's got a legit chance to wind up in New York and certainly be in the top 5, and he might end up being a first-round draft pick. I tell you what, he was impressive, and there was a lot of NFL scouts there at that game. All right, folks, also we got a kickoff time announced for Tennessee LSU. Looks like it's going to be at a noon kickoff. I personally don't like a noon kickoff. It doesn't work for me too well, but the nice thing is all those crazy LSU folks, they won't be near as loud. I mean, they'll be loud, but it's not going to be like they would be at 7 o'clock or even 3:30 because they hadn't got themselves squared away, if you know what I mean. Knocking back on a little bit of Grandpa's cough medicine.
You fellas been doing a bit of boozing, have you? Sucking back on Grandpa's old cough medicine?
No. Oh, no, sir.
Oh, no. Yep, just like that. So, yeah, they won't be doing too much of that around noontime. And I can tell you one thing. These Vols are a very, very dangerous team, and nobody's going to want to play them. I can tell you LSU's probably worried because they are exactly what I said, dangerous.
Dangerous. That's right. Nice, man. I am dangerous.
Oh, yeah, definitely. No doubt. All right, folks, just a quick update. I had to enjoy the Vols being in the top 10, and the recruiting just couldn't look better. I think we're just going to continue to work our way up into the top 5. We're currently at number 8 nationally in recruiting. I think we're going to wind up in the top 5. if this keeps going like I think it will. I still feel like 9-3 is in the cards for this team. Maybe we'll do 10-2. We'll see. It's a matter of keeping everybody healthy and getting Cedric Tillman back. Boy, it'd be nice to have him back. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover the Vols. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. And we'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay.